YMCA's in Fort Worth. I'm really excited to be with you guys today, and I'm making a healthy recipe that you can all try at home. Today I'm making watermelonade, and just like it sounds, it's like lemonade, but the main ingredient is watermelon. Watermelon is great this time of year because it's really inexpensive. It comes out to being less than $1 a serving, and it also is full of nutrients, especially lycopene, which is an antioxidant that fights cancer. And watermelon actually has more lycopene than even what tomatoes have. So it has incredible cancer-fighting benefits for you. And it's also 92% water. It says it right in the name, right? Watermelon. And this time of year, especially as the heat gets higher and higher here in Texas, it's really important to stay hydrated, and especially to keep your family hydrated if you're out and about. And so Watermelonade can be a great way to do that because it tastes great, it has a lot of water, some great nutrients, and it's really simple. All right, I'm gonna get to it. The first thing is to start with the watermelon, of course. You do want to wash the outside of your watermelon. A lot of people don't think of that, but you're gonna be cutting through it, and so you could transfer bacteria into the interior of the watermelon. So this watermelon has been washed, and you're just gonna wanna start and cut off one of the ends. And you do this so that you have a nice flat surface that you can cut the watermelon on the rest of the time. Even a small watermelon like this has a lot of good watermelon servings inside. I would say probably at least 10 or 12 servings within a small watermelon. So you don't need a huge one for a recipe like this. So cut one end off, that just makes it sit flat. That way it won't roll around or wobble around, and it's gonna make it easier to cut. You can tell by looking at fresh fruits and vegetables, the more color they have, the more nutrients they have, and that's pretty standard across the board. So just looking at this bright colorful watermelon, you know that's going to be loaded with good stuff for your body. All right, now I'm going to put that nice big flat side down. I'm going to make cuts this direction into slices. Now we're making progress, right? Another great thing you can do to watermelon if you have extra in a recipe like this is to freeze it. I would take off the rind, but you can freeze chunks of watermelon and even make it almost like a popsicle. You don't have to add anything else to it. Just stick a stick in the end or just eat it like that. Frozen watermelon chunks are delicious. And again, a great way to help you and your family stay hydrated in the summertime. All right, this recipe for watermelonade only calls for 4 cups of watermelon. So again, we're not going to use the whole thing. Just going to get a few good slices here, and then we'll start measuring our cups. All right. So the next thing you're going to want to do is to cut it off of the rind, and then you can just disregard that white and green portion. All right, I'm going to dice this up just into cubes. We're going to blend it, so you don't have to cut it very thoroughly at all. I'm just doing that so I can fit it in my measuring cup to measure a little bit easier. All right, that's going to be about 1 cup. We'll get started on the next one. Watermelon go right into the blender. I'm going to set the rest of this watermelon aside, and you can see I really still have, about 3/4 of the watermelon left, so it doesn't take much at all. The next ingredient is going to be our lemons. For this part, I recommend that you squeeze the lemons into a different bowl, just so you make sure you don't get any seeds directly into the blender. So I'm going to cut off either end, and I'm going to cut my lemon right in half. I have this little lemon or lime squeezer that I'm going to put the lemon in. You can squeeze your lemons by hand, but you can see even with this, it's supposed to catch the seeds, and I had one that popped out. So that's a good thing you have that extra bowl. That way you can make sure and not get any seeds into your lemonade. All right, and it should take at least 1 to even maybe 2 lemons. You want half a cup of fresh squeezed lemon juice. And I really recommend fresh squeeze. The kind in a bottle just is not the same. It's not as fresh. So I'm going to pour that in my measuring cup, see how much I've got. Almost. I managed to get the seed out too. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit of the second watermelon. And another thing that you can do to make sure and get the most amount of juice out of your lemons is to squish them a little bit. If you press them firmly on the counter, that actually breaks up those little particles inside the lemon and really helps the juice to come out more easily. All right, I would say another half a lemon and we'll be there. depend on how sweet you like your lemonade to be, and also how sweet the watermelon that you chose naturally was. You know, some watermelons are just a little bit sweeter than others. You can add just regular sugar, or you could add a sugar substitute like this. We've got stevia here, but I would recommend either way that you taste it first, and that way you can gauge how much sugar or sweetener you want to add to your Watermelonade. At the most, I would add about 1/4 of a cup. So I'm going to pour this into fresh cold water. This by itself is pretty concentrated, the watermelon and the lemon juice, so I'm going to mix it in with the water. Pour it in there. And this would be great if you had some nice ice cubes and some little lemon wedges as well.